Hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
What is going on?
It is a hot ass mess.
It is such a hot mess. I'm just like, you know what came to mind? There's that meme, because life is a whole meme. Like there's a meme for everything. I think it's a dog, but he's like sitting there drinking coffee while everything is just burning down around him. He's like, it's fine. Everything's fine. We're good. We're good.
Like, it's okay. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. I don't know. But I'm kind of excited for today's episode. It's a lot happening. Breaking news. We are happy to cover it. For some of y'all, if this is your first time tuning in, it's gonna be a great show. So Nelly and I, we like to cover a lot of topics. We like to cover the weird. I'm into like what's considered fringe stuff, and Nella's all about it. But today is going to be politics heavy. It's not always like that, but I think we got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that you can, unless you're just totally living under a rock, there's no way you cannot know what's going on. So, and it's all tied together, so stay woke, y'all. Stay woke. All right. So for normal-ish, that's not so normal. We're going to just kind of talk about a lot of things happen over the past couple of weeks. I'm going to try and, sum it up as best as I can. But y'all, the things I do for this podcast, because I definitely sat and listened to this all, but it wasn't so bad because it was highly entertaining. So our last episode, we had talked about the hot mess of a debate, what it was. But after that performance, which had the Dems like scrambling, Joe Biden decided to do a solo press conference.
Why? Who advised him that was the right thing to do?
Girl, you know what it was like? Mariah Carey, right? Mariah Carey. One of the top best singers in the world. But there was a point in time where you didn't know if she was going to hit that note or not. And so, like, the song, the high notes coming, so you're just like, and then when it does happen, you have a sigh of relief, That's what it was like watching a Joe Biden speech, because you're just waiting you just want him to get through it. But at the same time, just kind of like holding your breath. You don't know what's going to happen,
It's like secondhand embarrassment. Like,
yeah, but girl, it already started off a hot mess, because I think I text you. Mm-hmm. So July 11th, Biden gave his first solo press conference after his debate with Donald Trump. And in like the first, 10, 15 minutes, he called Kamala Harris Donald Trump. I said, oh, this is what we're doing.
Oh God.
This is what we're doing. So, the rest of it was okay. I will say that. He sounded a little bit stronger than he did in the debate. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was that press conference. Now I'm going to move on to July 13th, which was the Trump assassination attempt. Now, it's important to remember these dates, because it's all like a lot of this stuff happened like a short span of time, like back to back to back, so many updates, right? So July 13th, former President Donald Trump survived an assassination attempt during a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The attacker, Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20 years old, fired 8 rounds with an AR-15 style rifle from a nearby rooftop, striking Trump in the right ear and killing one audience member while critically injuring 2 others. The U.S. Secret Service counter sniper team killed Crooks on the scene, and Trump was quickly escorted off the stage. Yeah. And taken to the hospital, where he was treated and later released in a stable condition. So I'm going to say this. I have a Caucasian job. And so And Sophie, you have a Caucasian job too. You're not going to say it. I'm going to say it for you.
Okay.
And so I really don't want to say my true feelings about this. But either way, I'm glad Trump is okay. Just y'all just look at the optics, okay? Just look at the poses and the pictures. Just take from what you will.
Yeah.
I'll say that, right? So in terms of the shooter, right? Crooks, he had no criminal record. And he is actually a registered Republican. And he donated $15 to a liberal campaign group called Act Blue in 2021. And that's it, really. So
what are the conspiracies about? Like, I just want to touch on the conspiracy lens of all of this. Right?
Okay. This is not our opinion. This is what they're just saying in these East streets. Some people are questioning the authenticity of the assassination attempt. Did I say that in a PC way? So that's a little PC way, right?
Yeah.
Right. They are just in terms of how it happened. Like he fell and then he got up and he had his hand in the his fist in the air. And as blood was dripping down his ear, but the Secret Service was the way they were kind of just staged around him, the flag in the background and the blue sky, several photo ops, definitely to change the narrative about Donald Trump. We don't want to paint him as someone who incites insurrection. He's a victim. And so some people think that this was done to change his image.
Yeah. That is what they're saying. Was this staged, or like who done it? There's a talk that this might have been MK Ultra. Have you heard of MK Ultra, Janelle?
I've heard of it, but I can't tell exactly what it was.
So it's a secret program, and this is not a conspiracy theory. It is an actual conspiracy, right? So it's proven. It's a secret program run by the CIA during the 1950s and 60s that aimed to develop mind control techniques. This program was notorious for its unethical and often illegal experiments on human subjects without their consent. The CIA conducted these experiments in an attempt to discover ways to manipulate mental states and alter brain functions, potentially for use in espionage and interrogation. So there are people that were saying, like, this guy, right? Like, he's a 20-year-old, like he has like no presence on social media. He had that one video that he did for BlackRock, or Blackstone, and they pulled that quick, right? Like, and they're trying to scrub the internet of that one video. Yes, he has some ties to it, but there's just really nothing about him. Even the videos, there's like one picture circulating from like 4 years ago, and people are saying maybe he was MK Ultra. Ultimately, was was disbanded, right? Because the CIA no longer does the illegal shit. They're clean and proper now, but yeah, that's I love everything I read. I love the conspiracy aspect, so I had to add that in there. Maybe he was mind controlled. Like someone was. The thing is, someone was pulling the strings, but was it the Republicans to give this image of Trump? Because there's been other governments or other candidates in other countries that have done similar things. There was one candidate, I don't remember the country, who was stabbed, right? And he and because of that, his popularity increased a little bit. So I don't know, but either way, like there's no reason to resort to that. And also, it was the second time. That was his second assassination attempt, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
So moving on from that. So that was the 13th of July. And then from July 15th to the 18th was the Republican National Convention that was held in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, look, y'all, I have to draw the line somewhere. I was going to sit there and watch the MAGA Fest, on my weekend. However, I did note some things, and I did tune into the last day. So on July 15th, Trump announced his running mate for vice president would be J.D. Vance. So let me give y'all just a little bit about J.D. Vance. So he's a Republican who began his political career when he was elected in the U.S. Senate for Ohio in 2022. Do you hear that, Soph? 2022.
2022. Okay.
Since 2024. So he's had just like 2 years experience in the government. Okay. Just keep that in mind.
Right.
Before entering politics, Vance was a lawyer, venture capitalist, mind you, and an author of a best-selling memoir called Hillbilly Elegy, which details his upbringing in a working-class family in Ohio. And it was actually adopted into Netflix movie. Maybe I should check it out of curiosity, but I don't want to give him any streams.
No.
I don't want to do that. All right. So his political views align with conservative and right-wing populist ideologies. He opposes abortion, same-sex marriage, gun control, and transgender healthcare for minors. And apparently he dislikes childless women that own cats. Let me just give you the quote from this man. This is a while ago.
Is this a real thing?
It's a real thing. So this is the quote.
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
We are effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made. And so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. And it's just a basic fact. If you look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, I think I said that right, AOC, and the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children. And how does that make any sense that we've turned our country over to people who don't really have a direct stake in it?
Jesus, how many women actually hold positions of power in the government compared to it's like if you want to be a Republican, it's like you need to be a piece of shit. Like, here are your talking points, go forth and conquer. Like this man. So one thing you didn't mention was that he's against unions, right?
Oh, yes.
He's against unions. And when in his Hillbilly Elegy, right, he discusses unions in the context of their historical importance and their role in providing stable, well-paying jobs to workers like his grandfather. And he acknowledged the benefits of that, right? He acknowledged the benefits that that union, that stable job brought to his family. But it's kind of like, and that's the thing with Republicans, right? Their whole stance is got mine, F you. That should be their slogan.
Yeah.
Got mine, F you. Like I pulled myself by the bootstraps with my grandfather's $100,000 loan, that I never had to pay back. You could do the fucking same. Like that should be their slogan. It's just so insane to me when you think about this man's upbringing and background and the importance of the union. I'm not saying the unions are not flawed, but workers need protection.
Yeah.
Okay? Because these businesses, all they care about is their bottom line. Like they're firing people left and right. And this is in the midst of record profits.
Yep.
Record profits, but we don't need you because our CEO needs like that 23 billion for, I don't know what, the 10th house, like whatever. I'm sorry. Rant over.
No, but why do childless women who own felines, why do we keep getting these strays? Okay, I'm tired. I'm sitting here minding my business, paying my taxes. I don't bother anybody. Why do I keep getting these strays?
Like what power do you have, like swaying any sort of policy or any of us? Like, who are the people behind this? It's not it. I know
it's like you are punishing women who read the room in terms of our economy, in terms of the state of relationships today. No one's trying to be a single parent in this economy. No one's trying to do it. Even if you have help, even if you have a spouse, it's expensive. No one is trying to do it. That's what's happening. And if you're a Black woman, you're not trying to risk your life to give birth.
No. And again, the percentage of women who actually hold positions of power And then when you look at research and what it tells you about these women who get into position of power, they're more in line with their male counterparts, right? Because
definitely. Look how many women voted for Trump. White women that voted for Trump.
Right? Like I've worked for like women CEOs. Like they're no different from their male counterparts. Yeah. But whatever. These people hold all the power, but somehow they're trying to convince us that no, it's not us. It's the women, it's the gays, it's the blacks, it's the browns. Like, no.
So that is if you think Project 2025 is not happening when you have this lined up, people like JD Vance lined up to run the country, then you're just being willfully obtuse.
Yeah.
So back to MAGAFest, aka the Republican National Convention. On the last day, there were notable speakers such as Amber Rose and Hulk Hogan. Now, let me tell you something, okay? Hulk Hogan,
not like us.
I was about to say, like, I was very conflicted because I forgot he was a racist. First of all, Hulk Hogan looked really good. Racism must moisturize the skin. It must quench its thirst. Because he looked good. I was like, go on, Hulk Hogan. He's like 70. I said, and I remember my grandma used to watch wrestling all the time and see Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Andre the Giant. I'm definitely telling my age, but you know, so he looked good, but he's a total racist. So that's
Trump. It's like my Trump. Like what?
He called them Trumpites. Trumpites. The Trumpites are running wild. Just like ripping off his shirts and stuff.
This ain't reality, girl.
Republicans are so ghetto. Like
they are
waiting for like Slap It to Slim Jim, like pop up. Like they're just so ghetto. Like you can never. Just so uncouth. Anyway, and then Amber Rose and her dumbass was up there too. I lost brain cells listening to her. She's awful. Yeah. So the highlight, or maybe the low light of the night, was Trump's speech for accepting the nomination. Now here's where, guys, I was in and then I tapped out after a while. I think I looked up mole rats or something as I was watching this because it just got so boring. So he gave a 93-minute long speech. It's the longest in the history of the convention. But then he also gave the second longest speech. So he beat his own record by 20 minutes. He recounted the assassination attempt. He said this will be the first and last time he talks about it, but we know that will not.
He's an old man.
That will not be the truth. He brought up Hannibal Lecter several times. I'm not sure what his obsession with that was. What else? He also talked about Kim Jong-un, who said that he wants him back and that he misses him. So I guess him and Kim Jong-un are BFFs. Yeah, he didn't talk anything about policy, really. Nothing important. It was a lot of rambling. Even after a while, people started to leave because they were over it. One thing that was interesting in the audience, I posted on Instagram, where you know how he has his bandage, his little pillow. Someone said it was a maxi pad on his ear.
You get no stitches.
This woman had a maxi pad on her ear too, with the hat on. I was like, oh, I saw just one, but I think there was other people that had it too. And I was like, what is this? But you know what? A friend of mine responded and said, you know, like back in the day when Nelly used to have the Band-Aid under his eye and we walk around like the so this is the equivalent. I was like, right.
I mean, like these were adults though. Like as kids, we did that because we were too dumb to know any better. We're like, oh, we're gonna put cups in our eyebrows. We're gonna
Yeah, I was like, sure, we just needed a Band-Aid, not this big old piece of paper there. It's just very odd. Yeah. So that was really it for the Republican National Convention. I think the next one is a few weeks from now for the Democrats. And so now on to kind of like Biden and the Dems. Breaking news. Because I already had in my notes, I was talking about the infighting and how they want him to step down, but we don't know. But officially today, he's chosen to drop out of the race, and Kamala is running. Woo woo! So y'all, in celebration, I wrote a little rap. I wrote a little song of the hip hop. I don't know how this is gonna go because I'm a little, but it's from the point of view of Biden. I'm Joe Biden. It's only like 2 lines. All right, first, can you hear this, Soph? Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, there we go. Jay Biden here. Thought that was over. Let's go. It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. Guess who's gonna run? It's Kamala and not me.
Do you want to start over?
Start over.
All right, we're gonna do this a little louder. A little louder. We're gonna
do this. All right.
I like the beat. Come on, let's go.
I'm not gonna look at you because you're gonna make me laugh.
Look at me.
Do this again, y'all.
Can you twerk to this? Is this a twerkable song?
Yes, it is. It's a music video. It's a whole bunch of twerking, girl.
Right, let's make this go viral. Go ahead.
Jay Biden in the building. Republicans thought this was over. It's just beginning, son. It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. Guess who's gonna run? It's Kamala and not me. Doing it for the Dems. Hey, doing it for the country. Hey, do it for the world because Kamala is your girl. Bow, 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 bow. JD Vance got no chance. What?
Girl. We're going to do that again offline and we're going to upload it and it's going to go viral. This is how it ends, does it? All right. I love it.
Yes, y'all. Who knows? So we maybe have to take this on the road to a little rap album.
We about to go viral, girl. We about to. Yes. I need to with my bars. All right.
Oh my God, I know you got some bars, son.
Hey, I'm gonna think about it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So that's it for normal-ish.
Whew. That's it. And yeah, I think I normally, after Janelle talks about her normal-ish, which there was nothing normal about what she just said.
Not at all.
We're burning down. Like the US is burning the F down. And I don't know who's in control. All right. I don't know who's in control of this matrix or of this simulation. I think, I've mentioned it before. The makers of it forgot about us and they're just sort of leaving us to our own vices. But anywho, Janelle, I thought usually the main topic we would discuss a little later, but because of everything that's going on, I thought we would just move it up. I wanted to talk about the doomsday clock. Have you heard of the doomsday clock?
No, not really.
Okay. It sounds made up, but it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who are blissfully unaware, this is not a clock you can buy at Target. Although it'd be kind of cool, like, yeah, have a doomsday clock.
I'm sure.
Huh?
Look, I'm just saying, not to cut you off, but once more people know about it, there'll be a way to market it.
I know, right? Doomsday clock, right? It's
doomsday clock for your bedside.
I'm sure Fendi or Prada, one of those main brands, will figure it out. So it's a symbolic clock. It was created by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists. It's a group of people back in 1947. And this is just all theirs. This is That's all that means. They're just doomsday clock. And it's supposed to show us how close we are to global disaster, or as they call it, midnight. Like once it's midnight, it's fade to black, we're effed. So back in 1947, the clock started at a casual 7 minutes to midnight. You know, it's kind of good, especially a lot later on. But then came the 1950s, and the U.S. and Soviet Union decided to play a game of who could build a bigger bomb. They both won, right? They both did. They're still moving towards that goal. And during that time, the clock ticked toward 2 minutes to midnight. Around it was a wild time. And now 1991, it moved to 17 minutes to midnight after the end of the Cold War, which was good, right? People are feeling more optimistic, so we're a little further away. 2018, it moved to 2 minutes to midnight, and that was largely due to nuclear risks and climate change. And today, the last time I checked, we are at 90 minutes to midnight, which is pretty close. Okay. And the clock was originally designed to reflect the threat of nuclear war, as I mentioned earlier. You know, it was all about nuclear war because we're in this arms race. We're just building, like we dropped the atomic bomb, like it's just crazy. But in 2024, they've had to change that in recent years, right? So this clock isn't just about nukes anymore. It's about everything. This Bulletin of Atomic Sciences, they've diversified their portfolio by a lot, right? Now their portfolio of doom includes climate change, pandemics, rogue AI, which, you know, I'm all about that. So anything that could be used to wipe us out is fair game. I think rogue AI should be like number one. So it's a doomsday buffet. Like I don't want to eat at it, but it's there for you to partake. And it's updated annually by this bulletin of whatever atomic sciences, in consultation with a board of sponsors, including 13 Nobel laureates. I assume they sit around a table or maybe a Zoom call, you know, decided if today is the day they freak us out. If today is the day they tell us adios. You know, someone says, hey, the Arctic is a swimming pool. And another person's like, maybe we should move it 10 seconds or 15 seconds. I don't know. You know, Americans will say, well, our options are either Biden or Trump, although that's changed since.
That moves it all the way, girl. Doom. Doom.
That bitch to midnight, y'all. Just
boom. It went around and back again. Counterclockwise, clockwise. Boom.
I mean, it feels like it. Although this thing is supposedly, it's scientific. I don't know. I think it's all, but as of today, again, it's at a cozy 90 minutes. And let's look at the past couple of years, right? Nuclear risk, which has, I mean, it's worse than it was during the Cold War. I think right now we're at another level, and especially when it comes to the military complex, we're using AI. You know, like I use ChatGPT to help me understand shit. I mean, they're using machine learning and artificial intelligence on a whole nother level. Wherever we were at today, just know that the military complex is like 3,000 steps ahead of us. So that's huge. And for that point, like, remember, like the internet, when was the internet created? Was it the 80s? Whenever it was created, they had some of those functions way before that. GPS, before it became like something for the regular people, they had that.
The military definitely had that.
There were so many things that they created, right? That we're now using as regular people years later, decades later. But anywho, climate change, which, you know, the Republicans don't want to acknowledge is an actual thing, which is why they're trying to get rid of scientists who are trying to talk about this. But that's one of the things that's impacting the clock. Again, technological disruptions, AI, it's getting so advanced. It's only a matter of time before your toaster becomes self-aware and Alexa's going to tell you to figure out the weather yourself, right? So like, you do that shit yourself, okay? So it's a lot. And I think, you know, I talked about it briefly when it comes to artificial intelligence, when it comes to these chat boxes and chat GPT and all the things that go into it. There are while there's a general understanding of the people who are programming this, there's a lot that they just don't know. There's a lot that they will admit that we just kind of don't know, but it's an AI race, right? Just like the arms race. This is like an AI race. People want to be like, how can we get to the next step before our other folks so that we can make the most money? And it all comes down to who can make the most money, right? Because you're trying to monetize this thing, right? So, and then, you know, when it comes to that, you think about deep fakes. There are companies there, and this has always been the case, where if you believe in a theory, whether it's true or not, you can pay companies to just flood the internet with articles supporting that theory, right? Or you can buy your own science. It's Big Tobacco did it all the time, right? Like Big Tobacco had their own scientists who created articles in the past saying that tobacco is not bad for you.
I remember that.
It's just, so this clock is telling. So this clock, its main point is to tell us, yo, something is really freaking, like something is wrong. And something is seriously wrong. But I mean, no one's really taking it seriously. I think we're just going about our business, joking about what a black job is versus a white job.
We have our distractions.
So many.
You know, so that we cannot, if we fully understood what was going on, it'd be pure pandemonium. So we have to be subdued with all these things that don't matter.
It would be.
The country's falling apart.
Yeah. There's an episode of, so there's this guy that I like to watch, and I've talked about him before, called the Y-Files. He's not a conspiracy guy, but he likes to cover conspiracies. And there's a lot he talks about that is kind of like, what? But he had an episode on, I'm going to pull it up right now. He had an episode of the dark side of DARPA, which is looking at the human cost of, you know, just our technological advances. And it's pretty scary because he goes into AI and what AI could do, right? Like you see those machine dogs, or it's just like enhancing soldiers with tech that's pretty much like Iron Man.
Bionic soldiers walking around here. Is that what's gonna happen? Or like infused with some AI like technology, like embedded in their skin, girl? This is what my mind is
working towards it. There's a lot they're working towards that is like it's really scary, right? I think science can be a tool for good. AI can be a tool for good, but money trumps good, right?
In the hands of the wrong people, with
always in the hands of the wrong people,
ill
because
intentions.
Access to it.
Yeah, that's why they want to be in certain positions, so that they have easier access to these things. They're the first ones to have these things. They know what's ahead. That's why some people are building these bunkers and all these things that we talked about, because they're in the circles that know what's up. Us regular folk, we don't, by the time we get the news, it's already old news.
Yeah, it is.
Even if it is new news.
I'm sorry, I'm just on this toilet here because I'm just, every time something goes to shit, we buy.
I don't know why. Well, maybe that's why, because it's, you know, you just said it. Look at that. Is that entendre yourself?
Yes.
When it all goes to shit, we get toilet paper. So
yes.
That should be on a t-shirt.
Hey. In conclusion, this place is the freaking ghetto. The doomsday clock is at 90 seconds. That is a minute, okay, and 30 seconds. That is super close, y'all.
Yeah.
That is the closest it's been, all right?
Shenanigans.
I'm packing my shit, girl. I'm packing my shit. I'm ready.
Me and the cat. We ready.
You ready?
We ready.
All right. So who you got? Who you got coming in? Who's going to Mars? No.
All right, y'all. So now on to the Mars housing draft, because as you can see, Earth is the ghetto.
Ghetto.
The ghetto. And so
get a clip of that. Bobby Proud, not Bobby Proud. From my age.
So Earth is ghetto as hell. And so each episode, we choose 3 people, Soph and I all together, to enter into Mars. And we conducted like the New York housing lottery. And so each episode, I bring 3 people, Soph brings 3 people, and then we decide out of the 6, which 3 are coming. And then we also have a section where people are banned. They cannot visit, know where they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So do you want to go first, Soph?
I went first last time. You can go first this time.
Okay. So I chose Dr. Elia Overby. She's a woman. She's an assistant professor of bioastronautics at the University of Austin, Texas. Before joining UATX, she was a research associate at Weill Cornell Medicine, where she focused on genomic changes in astronauts during spaceflight. Her recent projects include genomic changes in astronauts from SpaceX Inspiration 4 mission and working on data analysis and sample collection for the Axiom 2 and Polaris Dawn missions. Yeah. So basically, she studies genetics in astronauts, and I guess like almost like a doctor of astronauts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, I guess how space affects them. So I think that'd be good.
That would be good.
Because we'll be in space and we need, maybe space changes our bodies and she would be studying them. So that's one person. The next person is Masha Davis, MPH-RDN, another lady. She's a nationally recognized registered dietitian, nutrition, and humanitarian. She's the founder of Nomadista Nutrition, a private nutrition and humanitarian practice based in Los Angeles. She uses evidence-based approach and nutrigenomics to help her clients optimize their health, manage chronic conditions, and achieve a healthy weight. And she has worked internationally, spending 5 years in Africa on programs for the treatment and prevention of malnutrition in women and children.
Mm-hmm.
We need to learn how to eat to heal and take care of ourselves in Mars. Mm-hmm. And the last person, this is a wild card, Jack Kornfield. He's a well-known author and teacher in the field of mindfulness meditation and Buddhist psychology. He has trained extensively in Thailand and India with renowned meditation masters and has played a key role in bringing mindfulness to the West.
You don't need some healing, girl.
You need some healing, some Buddhism, like some principles, because we're going to be peaceful on Mars.
We are.
Okay. Now, do you want me to say who I have banned, or you want to wait till?
Let's do it at the end.
Okay. All right. So those are my 3 people.
All right. So my folks are, let's pull it up. Oh yeah, I do have. So I have an anthropologist, Felipe de Scola.
Oh.
He's a French anthropologist known for his work on the anthropology of nature and his studies of indigenous societies in the Amazon. He challenges Western dichotomies between nature and culture. His impact, he has had a significant impact on anthropological theory, particularly rethinking the ways in which different cultures perceive and interact with the natural world. His contributions have led to a deeper understanding of the diversity of human-nature relationships. So I think that's something, I don't know if there's going to be, well, as far as we know, there's no one on Mars. Mm-hmm. But who knows? Maybe there might be, and we just don't know it yet. So that he might be helpful in sort of helping us pave the way and making sure we're a peaceful people and we're not coming in there like Americans, like this is mine.
Right. MAGA.
I want all of this.
Proud. Yeah.
Yes. We do need some technology. So I talked, and we're probably going to have to travel light, right? I talked in the past about the wonders of 3D printing. Like this thing, this is magic. I don't care what anyone tells me.
It is. And I've seen, we have 3D printing machines where I work, and it's pretty cool.
Right. And I told you the role it played when in trying to trap dark matter. Like this, that's magic. I'm sorry. Science is like magic.
It is magic.
Use it to create tools, prosthetic legs, clothing, footwear, and even like construction we might need to build. So it's pretty amazing. And it's and it's not something super bulky. Maybe it might be, I don't know. But so Bree Pettis is co-founder of MakerBot Industries. I think you might have heard of MakerBot. I see it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most well-known companies in the consumer 3D printing space. MakerBot's products have played a significant role in making 3D printing technology accessible to a broader audience. So, they're not just about keeping it to themselves and like these mega corporations, but like how can the regular people use it? Under his leadership, MakerBot's released several iterations of their replicator 3D printers, which are among the first affordable 3D printers for hobbyists, educators, and small businesses. It's really cool for creating a lot of things that we may need. Yeah, we can't. Again, we're not going to carry a lot of stuff, hopefully. But for this to work, we need energy.
Yeah.
Right. We need energy. We definitely cannot carry with us, or we might be able to carry something. So we need some sort of renewal energy. We need to find a way to power a lot of this stuff. So William Kemkwamba is a Malawian innovator, engineer, and author. He gained international recognition for building a wind turbine from scrap materials to power electrical appliances in his family's house in Malawi. The story is chronicled in his memoir, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which was also adapted into a film. He to work on projects related to renewable energy and sustainable development. I think the theme for this is going to be renewable and sustainable in whatever we do. It's like we can't just take and not give back. Like we're going to be peaceful, but we're not going to exploit our resources. We're going to find ways for whatever we take. We have to give back to.
Yes, we have to take care of our new planet.
It's going to be brand new. It's going to be like we're going to do things differently.
Are we going to have like a HOA for Mars? Like,
girl, I hate HOAs. I have one now. Oh my God, I hate HOAs. The people who run HOAs, if you're ever on Facebook and like listen to them, like they're psychos.
Yeah, I think you have to be in order to like.
The power trip on that is just insane, but whatever.
Like, Linda, calm down. You get mad about the fencing. It's not spaced right. Calm down, Linda.
They're all Karens. Every last one of them are Karens.
Calm down, Linda.
Linda.
Linda does the most.
Linda does the most, yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my people. So, all right.
You have some good people.
I have tech. I have we need electricity. Like, I'm all about living on the earth and just all of that crunchy shit, but I need some light. I need to see what's out there, okay? I need to boil water to make some, I don't know, whatever I'm gonna make.
All right. I'm willing to forego the nutritionist and the mindfulness meditation person.
I want mindfulness. Like
we already have a doctor, I think, so we wouldn't need.
What kind of doctor are there? Like, I want a doctor that's not all traditional. Although I think we do have doctors that are not traditional. Here are some pills.
I think so.
Okay.
So Dr. Elia, we can. So then for me, Dr. Elia will be maybe another time, another round, and the nutritionist as well. So we're going to keep the mindfulness meditation guy. Okay. And so that means one of yours we have to let go.
Man, I would get rid of. I like the anthropologist, but he's also French. He's also a man, and France's history with colonization. But although I'm not saying he's that, but
so the France is a colonizer. That's what you say in France, français, colonizer.
Exactly. And then what we also have to think about, right? He's coming from the perspective of Earth, so he's going to have all that bias coming into his work. And maybe there are going to be people there. Maybe they have their own anthropology. I don't know, but whatever. I'll get rid of him. He could be on he could write some research papers and send it to us. We could put him on the wait list.
Okay, so we have the 3D print. I'm actually writing this down on my notes so that we can have some kind of organized document. Okay, so we have the Buddhist guy, the 3D printer, and the energy person, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I kind of, I'm not an AC person, but if it's cold, I want some heat.
I'm an AC person, okay? Oh, crank it up. AC in the fan.
It's like 74. Oh, I hate people like you. I hate fans. I hate the noise that it makes. I hate everything about fans.
Everyone hates me. Okay, wait. You didn't share a room with me in Miami, did you?
I did not. I was with Mo.
I definitely came in drunk and I was like, "Ooh, I ate someone's sandwich." And then I turned the thermostat all the way down because I like it cool. Everyone's like, "Why is it so cold in here? And where's my sandwich?" Sorry to that sandwich.
Oh my God. No, we did not share a room. So no.
Sorry to that sandwich.
Sandwich.
All right. So who's banned?
Who is banned? I have so much hate. You shouldn't hate people because it shows they have power over you, but I don't care. I have so much hate for Marjorie Taylor Greene. So she's an awful human being. Like,
she is awful with her bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
I know. You saw that, like
blonde, bad built, butch body. Okay.
Like, no common decency, no respect for
her. Awful. She's an awful human being. She's not come anywhere even near our orbit.
She has several lifetime bans. She has like infinity lifetime bans.
Yes.
I don't care if she redeemed
her in the void. In the
abyss.
Yes. Yes.
I hate you.
Black hole. That's where she needs to go. I totally agree with this banning. So who I'm banning? Drake.
Yes.
He's banned.
He's been really quiet lately.
Yeah, I read somewhere that he's trying to buy Tupac's car. What's wrong with this man?
Why?
Because he's petty. Girl, see, this is why you need to follow the beef. So if we're going to sit down and we're going to listen to it song by song, so you understand the pettiness of these middle-aged men. But yeah, that's what I read. I don't know. Maybe he's plotting for a comeback. Maybe he's still licking his wounds from the lyrical ass whooping that he's got. He can't escape the song calling him a pedophile. So
I had all that money. I'd be on a beach somewhere every
girl. I could pay for my piece,
right? I don't know, but
yeah. So he's banned from everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on. Conspiracy.
Oh, my favorite one.
Conspiracy.
My favorite segment, y'all.
So for this one, I'm going to name 3, and you're going to say which one is the conspiracy theory.
Okay.
So, number 1, researchers achieve mind control using light. Next one, the media is controlled by the CIA. And the third one, this is about the movie Frozen, Let It Go. The Disney movie Frozen was made to distract people from searching about Walt Disney's rumored cryogenic preservation. So which one, girl?
The last one is a conspiracy theory.
It is. So we'll go to these. So researchers achieve mind control using light. Scientists have found ways to control the minds of mice using light. They do this by shining blue light on certain brain cells that have been specifically prepared to react to the light. This allows the scientists to turn certain emotions and behaviors on and off. For example, they can make a mouse forget a fear it had been trained to remember by controlling the brain cells responsible for that memory. This is freaking scary, right? Especially when we think about what I mentioned earlier about MK Ultra and what they were doing with people, right? So while this is right now, it's just for mice, we can imagine this. So,
No, I definitely, in terms of light, just lighting, if you think about when they torture prisoners, right? They make sure they're shrouded in darkness, and being in darkness for long periods of time, like, it's really detrimental to your psyche as well. And there's definitely even some psychological practices that use light to assist with alleviating mental health issues. So it's definitely yeah, even, with your health, like epilepsy and flashing lights and all these things. So definitely, that's real.
Yeah, but now they can control it. So media control by the CIA. Apparently not currently, but Operation Mockingbird. Look at that. Even the names of it, Mockingbird. Was a covert program initiated by the CIA during the Cold War era aimed at influencing and controlling the media. It began in the late 1940s and extended through the 70s. The primary goal was to use American foreign journalists as spies and propagandists to promote the CIA's agendas and gather intelligence. The CIA recruited prominent journalists from major U.S. news orgs such as the New York Times, Time Magazine, and CBS. The program aimed to influence public opinion and political discourse by controlling the flow of information. And Operation Mockingbird extended beyond the U.S. The CIA used international journalists and media outlets to influence global public opinion and promote U.S. foreign policy objectives. And this program came to light in the 70s through the investigations by the Church Committee, a Senate committee that looked into intelligence activities. So they say this ended. I fully don't believe it. Like, I still think our media is influenced by a lot of shit that we
definitely,
right, and it's owned by like 5 major corporations. You have Disney, you have Paramount,
Viacom
is under something else, but it's just, I had the names too and I just forget. But yeah, it's really just 5 major Fox is one of them. But yeah, it's really 5 major corporations, and we all know, like, people with money are in bed with our politicians, and they make our laws, and they lobby, and they are trying to consolidate power and make sure that they retain their power. So, but yeah, and then the Frozen one.
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen it? Well, I have Bella's 13 now, but when she was around 4 or 5, that's all we watched, and that's all we sang. We had the dress that had a lot of glitter on it that just effed up my house, but it was fun. It was fun. So there's been but you've heard the rumor that Walt Disney was cryogenically frozen, right? So this was after his death in 1966, in the hope that he could be revived in the future. This rumor, despite being debunked multiple times, has persisted over the years. So his family said, nope, he was cremated and all of that. But this is a thing, right? When you preservation, there are things that they're doing in terms of that's a discussion for another time when we talk about reviving the dead.
Ooh, now.
Yeah. So the thing is, so given the massive success of Frozen, the theory posits that Disney effectively overshadowed the cryogenic rumor with the film's widespread popularity, songs, and merchandise, thus burying the association of Disney and Frozen in different cons. So if you search for Frozen or Disney, like, you just get a flood of hits for the movie and not this guy. So
cool.
I personally think it's true, but that's just me.
Oh, that was a good one. And I actually guessed it right this time.
You did. Good job.
All right, y'all. So now it's time for Shady Astrology. Where I get in your zodiac's ass. Now, technically, it's not Leo season yet, but by the time we post it, it will be. So I'm just gonna go off of that. All right.
No shade. No shade.
Yeah, so y'all, we're in the presence of Lil Lion right here. Okay, a few of our friends. Are Leos.
Are you the only non-Leo? I know it's you and Shelly are the non-Leos.
What is Shelly? Shelly
is April. April 7th.
Aries.
Shelly's birthday.
I think Shelly's in Aries. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm a goat surrounded by. I'm a sea goat surrounded by lions. That's fine.
I'll eat you.
Right. So just because you hear, don't mean I'm not gonna get in your zodiac's ass. Okay.
We're still the best. I don't care what you say.
Okay. See, it's already starting.
Okay.
All right. So Leo season is from July 23rd to August 22nd. The symbol is the lion. Right. And notable celebs, Barack Obama. Now look at here, girl. Now, Michelle is a Capricorn. So in our podcast relationship, are you the Barack and I'm the Michelle?
I guess so, girl.
Hey! It's Jennifer Lopez, Whitney Houston, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jason Momoa. Let me tell you something, girl. Jason Momoa, I saw something on Instagram where they showed pictures of him throughout the years. And when I tell you, when he was like really young, I think he might have been on an episode of Baywatch. He's a beautiful man. Like I couldn't even like look at the image straight ahead. He was just so beautiful. But then as he got older, he just looked more unbathed.
He does look unbathed, but he's still very attractive.
Still very attractive man. And he has a lot of hair, just like your lions, all that hair,
I do want some soap and like a wash.
Yeah, just scrub and make sure you get the legs, because sometimes melanin deficient people, they talk about not washing their legs. But there was a whole debate about that. How are you going to debate that? Anyway, who else? Kylie Jenner and Madonna.
I do like Madonna.
The presence of some good company, So let's talk about the good things about you guys.
All the good things.
And you can say if this is true or not, because we're in the presence of a Leo. So you're natural leaders, right? You have generous hearts. That's very true, right? And you're loyal beyond reason. Is that true, Soph?
I have a reason to my loyalty.
Okay.
I am a jealous friend.
You are a jealous friend, but you've gotten better at that. So you have. Maybe you have more outside friends, I think, than I do now. So yeah, but you definitely were the jealous friend.
Not in terms of what people have, but just like, who's that other friend?
How you know other people? Why you know other people?
Like, why am I not your only friend?
Yeah.
That's so psychotic. No, that's not me.
Like, who that? All right. You're optimistic sunshine.
I'm more of a Debbie Downer. Like I'm like, oh my God, like I tend to panic. It's all ending.
Dolores is optimistic. Dolores is optimistic.
Dolores is optimistic. Yeah.
Yeah. So that goes.
Cynthia is optimistic.
Yeah, Cynthia's optimistic.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh no, this is one of shit.
I think you have a lot of earth in your chart for some reason. I feel like
maybe.
Yeah, I think you do. I think this Virgo has to be in your chart somewhere. I think. All right. Infectious enthusiasm. Like when you guys love something, you really love it and kind of everyone's in the mood. Charismatic performers, right? Look at the people that I named. Well, Whitney Houston. So she's dope. And you guys are pretty confident people.
I would say that, yeah.
Okay. Now on to your toxicity.
I don't know who you're referring to, but
talking to you, so talking to you.
Leos.
Talking to me, okay?
Toxicity.
All right. So y'all can be arrogant sometimes. Yeah. There's a fine line between like being prideful and proud of yourself and just being annoying. I'm not saying that's you. Not saying that's you at all. No. Okay, the next one is self-centered.
I'm not, but I know Leos who are.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah,
Not for you, but I can see that for
Yeah.
some people. Stubbornness.
I can be stubborn.
Yeah, stubborn. Need for validation.
I do not need validation.
Okay. Well, I think like let's say for instance like Jennifer Lopez totally needs validation. This woman has made it thus far on marginal talent, and you still want to get awards, sis? You lucky you made it thus far. Okay.
Right? Oh my God.
And still want validation from that melanin deficient man who don't want you. He don't want you, sis. You are beautiful. You still look great.
Who don't want her?
Her and Ben Affleck, I think they're breaking up again.
Again?
She wrote a whole documentary about their love story. She had a whole like musical thing about whole album about him, and now they're breaking up.
It's like a weird pairing. It seems like one of those like Hollywood pairings, like, hey, you should date this guy. Like, okay.
I don't know. They're both Leos, so yeah, good luck with that. Domineering. They like to control and be bossy sometimes.
I can be that.
Mm-hmm. Impatient. And jealousy. Leos can be jealous, especially in relationships, and they don't like sharing the spotlight or attention and become envious if they feel overshadowed.
I can be jealous. Yeah, I'm not as jealous in relationships.
Well, y'all, that is it for you Leos. That wasn't that bad. No, it wasn't
better. You came correct. All right. Good.
Why are you thinking of my hoofs as a goat? Think about you and your paw lion.
You're like a snack for me, okay? Like I'll just take a bite.
What? I'm not a snack. I'm a pet.
But I'm a lion. I eat.
I'm a pet goat. Got time for that. My hooves. All right, girl. So that is it for Shady Astrology, and that is it for today's episode. We hope you laughed a little. We hope you cried a little bit from the state of the world. And until next time, this is how it ends.